Hey everybody, this is Double Save and this is Double Save Podcast. My name is Desmond.
My name is Robert.
This is John.
And I'm Kirsten.
Hey.
Yay!
Now, most of us usually just, at least, well, by most of us, I mean me, usually just give her every name other than her actual name, which is includes Crispy,
Corpsey.
Corpsey on Halloween, Crunchy,
Crispy.
Did
you say
I said
Crispy?
Crispy. I
Oh.
said Cripsy this time, though.
Oh, Cripsy. Yeah, Cripsy.
That's what I put on your...
Sometimes I call her Crotchton.
I fucking hate that.
She does not like that one.
What about there was one more. Klutzy?
Klutzy.
I love Klutzy.
Klutzy's
Klutzy's
the
great.
best
That's
one.
adorable. Klutzy's a good one.
Courtsy, Courtsum.
What'd you call her again?
No, we're not gonna say that. No. You said it once. You don't need to say it again.
Crotchton.
Oh.
But anyway, so
Lovely.
I shriveled.
first podcast at the pretty much fucking last day of the year.
Yeah.
So
pretty
now
much.
we can jump immediately to what our favorite stuff was about this year without having
Perfect.
to know anyone.
we can actually
And the best
have an
part,
interesting podcast.
People's opinions about our opinions won't fucking matter because we're nobody right now.
And opinions, opinions don't matter anyway because they're opinions.
Form
So-
your own kids. Don't follow the crowd.
So that's the best part of it, but I just don't know where to start. I don't know if we want to categorize it because none of this is planned.
Don't worry, I'll have my own categories. Don't worry about
Yeah,
that.
Okay. I just want to know what we start with.
I have two categories: games I played and games I didn't play.
Well,
So,
let's
do we want to
go.
get you out of the way then?
I only played 2 games.
So, okay,
So
Alright,
most,
we'll
Well,
not talk
that'll
about
be
my
easy
game.
then.
so most game you have played.
Pokemon.
Okay, and then least game you have played not.
SMT4.
This is true.
You mean that it's that game that I bought the day it came out? I had it pre-ordered and everything. Haven't fucking touched it. It's still sitting in its box. And I hate my life.
I hate your life too.
What's your runner-up for most half-played game?
Fire Emblem Awakening.
Yeah, you're fucking right it is.
Because it's... Wait, that I have played?
Runner-up for game you most have played.
Oh, then it's Animal Crossing New Leaf. Because that's the only other game I played this year.
I fear the vocabulary going into these titles for these categories might not be the most easy to understand and make.
Here's your thing, though. Nobody knows who we are now. It does not matter.
Okay, well none of this matters. Anyway, continuing on.
Another game I haven't played, Fire Emblem Awakening. It's still in its box, and I hate myself for it.
That's why you should.
What games have you played?
Pokemon, Animal Crossing,
P3P.
no, from this year.
Oh, from this. That's right.
I don't think I've played any other games from this year. I haven't bought any.
Jesus.
Jigus Cruise.
What about Diablo? Have you guys played
Is that
it yet?
from this year?
Yeah.
Oh,
It-
then
it-
shit, yeah, I played Diablo. There you go.
Yeah.
We just started playing Diablo. A little behind, but I'm also behind on having a PlayStation 3.
Well, how do you guys like Diablo so far?
It's great.
It's pretty fun. It's
I mean-
it's like old style. It's pretty it's relatively simple, but it's still intelligent enough that it's kind of fun to mess around with your skill sets and putting on equipment intelligently.
I was actually surprised at how easy it was to get around the menu because I was afraid it would still work like an MMO just on the console. But I'm like, oh, thank God.
Well,
Even
it's
I can play it. That's all I was surprised about. Is I can play Diablo.
I actually have a ton of experience with Blizzard, and it's a lot simpler than I thought it would be compared to other Blizzard games.
I was,
But it's nice.
I was expecting you to be like, I was underwhelmed.
I was
by how easy it
I was underwhelmed by how easy it was. I thought it'd be a lot more difficult, but it's still nice.
Yeah. Did you play Satan 2?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Well, how's
There
that?
is no cow level, by the way.
Okay. Well, I mean, just
It's
What-
a lot harder. I played a little bit of it, and I never want to play it again.
We're playing on medium right now, aren't we?
Yeah.
I think we're just playing on medium, just a standard. It actually is kind of easy right now, but every now and then it kind of
It was way
gets
too hard.
harder. But I don't know.
Like, I started on medium, but then I thought it was too easy because I'm a tank. And
Yeah,
then
that's
I
what-
switched up to hard. I got my ass kicked, endlessly. Like,
That's
the difficulty is... to me, it feels like the difficulty is imbalanced. It's easy, and then you fucking quit.
And yet there's an easy to choose, so I wonder how easy is. The game plays itself, obviously.
Yeah. It's on autopilot the whole time.
Let's keep you from getting carpal tunnel.
Well, you.
That's only
I
your
already
concern.
That's my concern.
Excuse you, I already have carpal tunnel.
Damn these hands.
No, I really do have carpal tunnel.
Yours is developing.
I'm taking care of it. I got a wrist thingy, and I have an anti-RSI thing on my computer to keep me from overworking my wrist.
Well, as long as your hands are fine, because
I wish I had that when I turned 13.
You just have glass.
Wrong reasons, haha!
You have glass bones. What do you want me to do about that?
Glass bones, paper skin.
oh wait, you need to pick up Diablo 3 though.
You know.
You need to pick
What do we know?
you need to pick up Diablo 3, Castle Crashers, and most of the things I want us to
Castle
play.
Crashers I can get real easy. I can
Yeah.
just.
We should
come
move
on.
You still
on to
have the
someone
funds
else's
sitting in your
games.
account.
I don't know.
I think you
might
got
have-
the money, but you didn't actually like bother to buy it.
I might
Here's
have
what
used it on
happened. He got the
something
money
else.
for Castle Crashers,
Or not.
and then you ended up buying Cloudberry Kingdom because I bought it.
Yeah.
Okay, so since we're talking about you, let's move on to you.
How about your games?
Hang on a second. John, you should just tell me what you want. Anyway, he wanted me to get into his soda. Anyway, I don't know where to start.
What's your most favoriteest game that you've played this year?
Most,
That came out this
What's
year.
not your most favorite game,
so,
as you would title it?
let's see. I have.
He has to look at his
Yeah,
game
no. Here the
to
problem
figure
really
out.
stems from the fact that Robert, he just has trouble deciding favorites.
I just feel like I neglect all of them by just choosing one, and it doesn't feel right to me.
Hey Robert, ready?
I understand.
Favorite.
I'm pretty partial to The Last of Us. That's kind of the go-to choice for a lot of people. So I don't want to call it a cop-out or make me seem like a douche, but
Cop out.
Yeah, all right, fine. Fuck you guys then.
No, keep going. You can't stop.
I like The Last of Us. It was a well-crafted game. I could not find too many faults with it, and glitches are few and far between. So that's lovely. Ending I loved, and yeah, so I'd say that's my favorite of 2013. And on to different categories. So most.
Can I just throw something in real quick?
Okay.
I just want to defend myself to the listeners. It's not that I haven't played games. I just haven't played any games from 2013. I'm sorry.
Fair enough. Loser.
I just don't want to sound like a dick.
Nerd.
So-
Nerd.
So most funnest game goes to I like Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance because I could replay that one a lot, and it's a
Homo.
lot like I will. No, that's not right. That's not who I am. So I replayed that one a lot, sort of like when I used to play DMC3 a lot. So that I really liked that. I played Sam's DLC a lot because it was just pure combat, and it was fun.
I think it's hard to pass up a game by Platinum Games ever since I played Bayonetta, because their like style of action is just way too good.
Over the top.
It's great. They know how to make an action game.
And I would still love to play Platinum's game. I still not have done that yet. Because here's the thing about you, John. You have two games that I've been asking to borrow over and over. Still haven't done it. I wanted to borrow Bayonetta. Didn't happen. Gave
I
up
have
on it.
that. Sorry.
And then I wanted to borrow Tomb Raider. Didn't happen.
I don't have that.
Darn.
Two games.
I don't know. Well, you have a copy of not that it really matters. Star Ocean: Last Hope, though, still, don't you?
Yeah.
You still have my Persona
waiting.
4.
Next category.
Let's
How
see.
about let's get to the negative spectrum. So, what's the game you're most disappointed in this year?
Well, that's BioButt Infinite, easily. And I don't call it BioButt because I really hate it. I just like to put in replacing words with butt. And it is disappointing. And John, you agree with me on these aspects.
Yeah.
Don't put words in his mouth.
No,
Oh,
it's
why?
true. I would actually
We put
probably
You're
words
not
chime
his
in.
mother.
We put words in each other's mouths.
Oh,
Along with other things. Anyway,
That's gay.
So, it was a big letdown, and I'll admit I was caught up in its I guess visual scope.
You know, that's
At first.
exactly what got me too when I first played it. The opening cutscene when you ascend, I was just like, holy shit! And I automatically assumed from that point on it'd be amazing, and it was amazing until like there was one thing in particular. There was one thing in particular that threw me off. Like there was a lot of things. It's like that happened that didn't have any sense happening when it came to the story. Like the people just randomly dying.
Wait, what do you mean randomly dying?
Oh,
the guy that got picked to death by the crows for no
yes.
reason.
That was in retrospect, that is kind of an unusual scene. Maybe I'm missing something, but it was in the in that little cult that worships John Wilkes Booth.
I guess I always I brushed over that because it's just one of those things where it was just meant to, I guess, showcase who they were to a degree, but
It was completely unnecessary. And here's the thing, though. Like, it didn't show who they were at all because there was absolutely no cinematics between the John Wilkes cult.
I suppose that's true.
I think it was the Brotherhood of the Crows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. They were direct. They were like the personal guard of Lady Comstock, I believe.
Yeah, which, we're a little late to that party, so we don't really get the full gravity of their, placement in the city.
Yeah, so, like, the reason I don't like that is because it showed off the crow power that you have, but the thing is, like, the guy getting ripped apart, there's no cinematics. There's cutscenes, there are, but there's no actual cinematics to actually explain anything, really. So nothing about those guys got explained, just that they're, like, brutal murderers.
I'm sure there's actually, stuff in, their actual workings, extra canonical that, might be in the game in some way or shape or form that we just brushed over, but it's one of those things where, you shouldn't have to go that far of the way to, get the gist of it, because all I got from it was they worship John Wilkes Booth, and that's about it.
I mean, it was one of those things where visually, that's what kind of kept me through the game, because I guess you get kind of used to games not really, I guess, caring about their atmosphere quite as much. I guess, sort of, so to speak. So you get caught up in the art style and the colors and the story that you kind of. I guess I lost sight of things, and I just kind of overlooked things when I should have been kind of paying more attention to them.
Guys, we got caught off guard by Bioshock.
And I got caught off guard because it was the expectations as well as the combination of the expectation and the visual.
We also had to wait a long time for that.
That's true.
We had to wait a long time for that game.
Yeah, that actually really threw me off. There was a point where I was really hyped for it, and then they kept pushing the date back, so I kind of started to lose the hype. I got it back right before it came out though, but even then, so with the actual game itself, in a basic summary, how would you sum up your reasons for being disappointed in it? What the game was lacking that made it not as best a game as it could be? Because you still agree that it's a good game, just nowhere near as good as people paint it to be.
It's not Game of the Year material. It was unrealized potential.
Is
the best way I could describe it, because there's still remnants of its former mechanics they kind of left out. So whenever you did the carnival thing and you did the bucking bronco one, you got to use the vigor, right? And then after you were done with it, vigor went away. And then there was a lady giving out the totally forgot his name, the charming one where you possess machines and people.
I think it's just possession.
Yeah.
Possession?
Yeah.
So you got that one. You keep it. That's the first vigor you actually get. And so why didn't we have bucking bronco?
Yeah, a free sample is a life supply, so why should I buy this?
Yeah.
So they're just giving them out, and also it doesn't appear within the world. And this is a complaint I hear with a lot of reviewers, is that the vigors were something that didn't get integrated well into the environment, to the world,
into the universe.
Yeah. It was like as if it was put in there so that could be said, this is a Bioshock game. We got plasmids.
But no, here's the thing though. They couldn't. I don't think they could mix well within the universe because of the goddamn skyhook.
That's true.
The whole point of the game was that sort of sky atmosphere and sky travel,
which they underutilized
severely.
A lot.
Severely.
The highlight of the game, and it's underutilized.
Yeah, it's.
And when you can use it, you can do really cheap stuff with it. Hit somebody, jump on it, jump off, hit him again, jump right back on it, and just go back and forth.
It's only because some vigors actually let you increase your firepower or your accuracy on it. So literally, you can just hop on the skyline, make yourself go to a crawling, just slow, and you just can snipe people from up there.
Yeah.
Because you're just more powered. I could go on, but I guess the best broad way to say it is that between, I guess if you compare it directly to The Last of Us, there is a clear mesh of narrative as well as gameplay. When it comes to games, those are hand in hand, and BioShock had sacrificed its gameplay for its story and characters.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So,
And even then, even though like some of the characterization is really good, there's a severe actual lack of depth of characters besides Booker and Elizabeth. And even Comstock as a villain isn't that well fleshed out. Plus, the game itself is so short, you don't have much time to spend with them in the first place.
yeah. So that's the gist of it, I suppose.
Now, let's talk about me. Let's talk about me.
So what was most game of the year for you?
Man,
Not
I most
you.
game. It was Last of Us at first until I picked something up that completely like took me off. And
Let's try to not mention the same. We can mention it
Yeah,
if somebody
I'm
we
not.
share a game with somebody else. But let's try to actually focus on other ones.
that was my first
Yeah,
choice
yeah.
until I bought a game later, which is Splinter Cell Blacklist. I love Last of Us, but Blacklist. I have no like. There's so many reasons why I love that game. Like because I really liked Splinter Cell before. I liked Chaos Theory and Conviction. And Conviction was fine.
It was fun for what it was,
Yeah.
I guess, which I guess isn't saying much, but I don't know.
Conviction, fine for what it was. 4 to 5. But I don't know. Blacklist, I like the fact that you can do a mission however you want to, and you're not penalized for it. There's only specific parts of a mission where it says, don't do this, or we'll pull you out. But it's basically fifth freedom to do whatever you want. And it's fun because ghosting completely, like not touching a single person, it's challenging as hell, but
It's hard.
extremely doable. Like there is a way to actually do it, and it's amazing when you actually do. When you can go through a whole level without touching a soul, it's amazing. And then Panther was just fun to do, because then you start thinking like, all right, how can I kill those guys
How can I kill as many people as quick and an efficient way as possible?
quietly?
Yeah.
And then Assault's fun too. It's just hard.
Yeah.
Because I actually I have enough money to where I bought all the weapons, so using all the weapons in the game was really fun, and I love the shotguns because they are fucking loud, and they knock them on their ass. But no, I just like all the different ways you can do missions, and the multiplayer is really fun, especially when you have a headset.
When you have a headset, it's fun.
No, it's really team heavy, which is why I like the multiplayer. Because I don't like games where, Call of Duty, for example. Soon as the match starts, everybody runs in 6 different directions. Absolutely nobody's with you.
Scatter.
So, that's gonna get you fucking killed.
I
Like,
hate teaming
quick.
up with people though.
Quick. And it's perfect because they're small teams too, which means, and we only ever play with like 3-4 people at a time, so that's perfect for us.
Is it max like 3v3?
Max is 4, and that's team deathmatch. Who does that anyway?
That was gay anyway.
Like, I don't know why you would play a game for team deathmatch. It's all about It's all about just SVM and hacking the terminals.
Yeah.
Because you can actually use in SVM Blacklist. You can actually destroy lights and shit, and I didn't know that. So you can still use the light to your advantage, but you can destroy it permanently if you want to.
Mm.
And so that can either advantage, and it works both ways. It can do complete advantage for the mercs or complete advantage for the spies, but it works both ways. And the game just has a lot of variety, and that's my game of the year.
So how about the least game of the year for you?
Least game of the year? I don't want to say BioShock, but because we all just talked about what we don't like about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can't rip it. We could rip it apart more, but we shouldn't.
My least,
It doesn't really deserve it.
Yeah.
No, because I mean it's a good game. It just
What about Mass Effect?
what are you talking about?
Grass Effect.
Mass Effect was 2012, man.
Oh man.
Yeah, see, I was thinking about that, and then
Yeah.
technically, not technically for a fact it is, but then even Assassin's Creed 3, and I'd love to complain about that one.
Okay,
But-
so my most disappointing game. It's not now. This is not a bad game at all. I like the game, but the most disappointing game for me, even though I really like it, is Metro 2033.
Mm.
Now, really good game.
I'm playing it right now, actually.
Yeah, it's a really good game. It's really cinematic, and I do like the touches it has to it. But the only problem for me about the game is it is the most basic run-of-the-mill first-person shooter, just with stealth elements added in.
If not for the survival elements.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is a basic run-of-the-mill first-person shooter, standard story, it's based off of a book, though.
I actually saw the book in the game today. One of the characters, like, after you meet up with him, he actually gets you prepared to, like, go venture out again, and as you walk around the room where he, like, has dinner with you, it's sitting on a table. It's Metro 2033 next to a lamp. It's very easily visible, so it's like they want you to see it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I kind of expected. It was like, oh, there's a book over there. I gotta see what it is.
But yeah, I just like the game is fine. It's just like I was going into it as like, oh, there's gonna be some sort of epic thrill ride, but no, I haven't done that.
I think it's a game from what I played so far that it really. I know Ranger mode and it's stupid that you have to pay for it, and I know the whole shebang about that. How like it was like a mistake on the original developers' part. It had nothing to do with Deep Silver. Or by the time that Deep Silver got a hold of it to release it, it was already too late. But I think it might actually really benefit from that. I'm playing on normal right now, but it's a game that I think really deserves to be played on a higher difficulty because the survival aspect is what makes it really drive.
Yeah, it is also another reason I don't like it. It's also really easy.
Surprisingly vanilla on normal. It is relatively easy.
I've been breezing through this.
Actually, I went through so much of it without even using a health pack, and I've just now started to actually use them. It's now that I'm finally. Maybe it's because I'm on my own now and
The
I don't have any
military
backup
grade ammo
NPCs, but
Military grade ammo too. Haven't touched it.
I don't know how to.
Neither do I.
Actually, I have to look up base controls every now and then because I didn't know how to switch my throwing weapon.
Or were you using forever just the throwing
Just the throwing knives. I was like, I have grenades. How do I use them?
But no, it's just standard run of the mill with stealth thrown into it. And the stealth does work well, but to me, it's a standard first person shooter to me.
It's still, I think it's still miles above the rest in terms of at least it's presenting something different and a different style. So, but yeah, I guess I can understand.
It's just a standard first person shooter when it comes really deep down to it.
So then, John, what's your most greatest game of the?
Well, hang on. Actually,
before John
Kirsten's got something.
Yeah, before John starts his, I actually realized there's a game I love heckas that came out in 2013 that I thought came out not in 2013. Dragon's Dogma: Dark Arisen.
It's kind of cheating because
I'm a
Dragon's
cheater.
Dogma came out in 2012,
No.
but
it
Dark
fucking
Arisen
counts.
is a completely different ballpark.
It is,
Frying
and
into
it
three.
is.
Yes.
And I love that game more than I love John. I don't know. I don't really care about critiquing games. I just kind of like things that are...
All right, I'm gonna tell you this
General.
once, and I want you to take it to
Jesus.
heart.
No,
Try not
'cause
to
you're
be
gonna
too
yell
much of
at
a
me.
girl about it.
I'm
and
a
just,
girl.
And just give us some reasons as to why you
That's
like the game. Like, what is it that you enjoy about
Leave me alone.
about
You know,
Dragon's
here's-
Dogma
Can we
as a
start
game
over?
series?
Here's one thing though.
I want to start over.
I know Kirsten seems like fantasy stuff.
Okay, no, I get stage fright. Okay, I play a lot of games that are basic RPG style, and that having a game, and Skyrim disappointed the crap out of me, because it is not the same, and I don't care what anybody says.
Not Scrim.
Skyrim disappointed the crap out of me because it made everything so simple and so just dumbed down compared to things like Oblivion, and I'm a huge Elder Scrolls fag. So playing Dragon's Dogma, and I got it once Dark Arisen came out, so I can count this. It definitely is a lot more difficult, I'd say, than it's a little more like you have to know what you're doing.
It actually has a lot of games have a setup at the beginning. A good example is I like to use Kingdom Hearts as an example of it. How Destiny Islands is a tutorial area. Everything you'll experience in the game is pretty much presented to you there. Dragon's Dogma has that, but it has it on a larger scale. And once you get out of that like tutorial area, the game hits you with a pretty steep difficulty. A lot like Dark Souls, for example. It actually all of a sudden gets a really steep difficulty curve, and you have to adjust to it.
Nighttime. My God.
Oh yes, that is a unique aspect. Of it.
Nighttime is terrifying.
I love all the little things that they put into it, though. Like, I love the class system. That's probably the most, like, unique thing that I've seen I haven't played a game that's done the class system like that.
And being a mage is actually really cool and
yeah,
fun.
it's actually, you're actually able to be a mage and actually get through the game.
One of your standard attacks is actually technically a magic attack, so it's not like you're just swinging like swords around and then occasionally using magic. Dark Souls.
You know what my
Right.
favorite part is?
We know what it is.
Is it Dangan?
No, it's horny trolls.
Oh.
Oh.
That's
okay.
that's even worse.
No,
man.
the ogres.
I
See,
love
that is a-
They're
it's the
ogres,
ogres.
yeah.
Yeah.
See what Robert said. That is a throwback to the very first video we made. It's
Oh,
complete. It's complete crap. The first video we made.
It is, yeah.
I still like it though.
With the old trolls like going after
Hard,
old
right?
men. Going after men. I love that.
Be careful, ladies. He's horny.
No, yeah, Robert's exact words.
Careful, ladies. He's horny as hell. As am I.
I like the fact that Robert, he just wouldn't do anything you told him.
Yeah, like, hey, so run up there and knock him off there really quick. You're like, okay, I'll do it, and runs the opposite direction.
Does the exact doesn't do it.
Only in
Everything
retrospect
says.
did I realize he didn't fucking listen to me.
Like, yeah, give me a second. I'll do that. Just
No, it never
kept
happened.
running.
But anyway.
But for real, I think that's definitely my most bestest game of 2013.
And I'm gonna vouch for it because it's a new IP by Capcom, and you know they don't like doing that. So if you get the chance to play it,
It's definitely
Play it.
something that you kind of want to know what you're getting into, but at the same time, even if you don't, it's really.
it might take
it's
some
a
getting
good-
used to because
a
it's
good game to
different.
play.
But yeah,
No.
I mean, I sit over here playing my handhelds for the majority of the time, but I'll actually sit down and play that, and I don't have the patience to sit down and play anything.
All right. So now that we've all talked about our favorite game of like.
yes, all of us,
Yeah, all of us, right?
even John.
So now that all of us talked about it, maybe John can talk about his favorite game of 2013.
That's why we should let people finish their sentences, but also not like lie to us at the beginning and make us think something else.
Shut up.
Okay,
Maybe
so
if you didn't insult people, we'd let you talk.
That too.
constructive criticism—that's insulting.
Telling people to stop being girls. That's insulting.
Hey, being a girl is insulting.
Yes, it is.
Anyway,
Go ahead.
no. Okay, so my favorite, Robert.
What do you want from me?
I want you to like give me the category.
Oh, okay. So
Most gayest game.
it's most John game of year, 2013.
Well, if we're going by most John game, we know it's going to be the Kingdom Hearts.
No, okay, no, that's cheating because.
Most John game.
Okay, okay. My favorite game of the year, and which game I guess that I have had the most like fun time playing, was most excited for, was actually probably Tomb Raider, and it's not because of Lara Croft. It's because
It totally is, though.
No, she's an enjoyable character.
She's hotter than me.
Well, I didn't say that. That came out of your mouth. I had nothing
That's
to do with that
objective.
thought. That's extremely
You're objectifying.
women. That's
On
the
my
opposite of what
podcast.
she represents
People
now.
are gonna hate us,
No.
and this is our first one.
Fucking girl.
I simply stated that that Laura Croft was hotter than her, and it's a fact.
It is a fact, though.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, anyway, so basically, what I like about it is, for me, my foray into video games, and to the point where I actually became like interested in them enough to actually consider them as like an aspect of my life, or like even like something that helps construct my my creativity and shit like that, right? I don't know how to say it. It's, you get the idea though.
Yeah.
Something that I find is a part of like who I am and identify with. I started surprisingly with Tomb Raider. Like I didn't actually play a game seriously until Tomb Raider on the PS1, and it wasn't even like on like of my own accord. It was like on accident, because my father had the game. He had a PlayStation. And he's garbage at games. Like, he cannot play any games for shit, even now. And he's not that old. Like, he's in his 40s now, but I'm in my 20s, so I don't know, early 20s even. But the thing is, though, is that he'd actually have me help him a lot, because he bought strategy guides, and he'd read the strategy guides where I actually did the action. And, in retrospect, I guess I didn't realize how important playing those games back then was. But, like, it's something that, it's one of the more serious games I played when I was younger, so it has a lot of nostalgia for me. So seeing Tomb Raider actually get a huge, revival, and then like being completely flipped around and being presented to today's audience was a really exciting thing, especially the actual way they presented it. Because she used to be made of like bulletproof skin. Because she gets shot in the face, she doesn't care. She's Lara Croft. You've seen her in the movies.
It's made of hard polygons.
Really,
Oh, yeah.
really hard and sharp
Watch out for
polygons.
those pointy bits.
Her whole body's pointy bits.
But you know, having
Exactly.
having it like taken back and making it about like her, not as like just some warrior, because we have a lot of girls that are warriors, but no, the thing that's special about her is that she's just a survivor. That's what she does good.
Then she just turns into a fucking insane
And then she
killer.
gets a bit bloodthirsty. But you know, when you're trapped on an island,
I mean,
and,
I get bloodthirsty after
you
4
know,
hours.
There's
with
the
you.
there's a threat of dying of starvation and dehydration and rape, and you know it's
That's every day
It's
for
staying
me.
in his house.
Just like after her first kill, it's just like, well, I guess, whatever.
You know, that was
Snap.
good. I liked it. It was good.
But Tomb Raider, a good game. The thing I really like is that the game is not short, comparatively speaking. Like, it actually has a really decent length to it. And it's nice, because there was a point in the game where, like, I was actually expecting it to almost be over, and then it completely, like, went above and beyond my expectations, and there was a whole half of the game I hadn't got to yet, and the game continued to top itself. I especially like, and this is before I played Uncharted, so I wasn't, sure, how that was going to play out, but they actually do slowly introduce supernatural elements, which is actually a key part of the original series. I didn't know they were going to bring it back or not. But they did it very subtly, and it was nice. By the way, Tomb Raider and Uncharted would make a great crossover.
That's all he thinks about is crossovers.
Crossovers are great. Uncharted Tomb. Look
We'll
it
have
up.
a crossover day.
Uncharted 2.
Well, yeah, you know.
Doesn't sound bad.
No, I think it's pretty good. I think Nathan Drake and Lara Croft actually play really well off each other.
They'd bang.
That's
what he's
he would
trying to
try.
say.
I didn't... Oh, yeah, he definitely
Yeah,
tried. But, I don't know. Tomb Raider's good. I like it a lot. The creators put a lot of, effort and time into the game. And it shows, because the credits actually roll with, real-life pictures of them and their teams all grouped up. And it's nice. They put a lot of effort into it, and I hope that... Well, I know, thankfully, the second game has been announced, so it's good to know that there's going to be another entry in the franchise, because I think it's definitely worth, picking up in the future.
So then, what is least friendly game 2013 edition?
Oh, you're phrasing. Well, of course, Bioshock is a disappointing game for me, but I'm not going to talk about Bioshock.
I'm sorry.
I don't know
Because you
why-
already talked about Bioshock.
Like I
for 10
said, the only reason it's Bioshock is because even though Mass Effect 3 and Assassin's Creed 3 are still in my mind, and I have a lot to say about them, they did not come out in 2013.
Mass Effect 3 is so disappointed it bleeds into 2013.
Honestly, sometimes I feel that way. I've raged so much over that, though, I can't rage over it anymore. But Assassin's Creed 3 is just lazy.
We all know.
But-
that's a story for another time.
Yeah, that's not... most disappointing game, I guess, simply put, if you can do that. God, that's actually a hard one, because there's always games I'm disappointed in, but I don't want to say Bioshock, so...
Tales of Graces, maybe.
No, I like races. I mean...
Shit, I keep...
and even then, you're wrong.
Xillia was this year.
Yeah, but...
I've enjoyed
I
Xillia
was
so
fine
far.
with Xillia.
You haven't finished it. You can't talk about it if you haven't finished
Well,
it.
a big part of the problem is a lot of the games I played recently have been old PS3 games.
Yeah,
Because
right.
I just recently got a PS3. I had
Yeah,
Xbox
but-
for the longest time, and I have such a backlog of games I have to go through. And I've gone through a good chunk of them, Infamous, the Uncharted series. I've had a lot of fun with the different games I've played, but that's kind of put me off playing games from this year. Okay, I'm gonna kind of cheat because I love the shit out of Pokemon. And I like Pokemon X and Y. There's a lot of good things to say about them, but there's a lot of bad things to say about them too. And I'm just gonna give you the bad things about it.
Okay.
Honestly, it's stuff like the game's had a huge improvement. The new graphical interface looks really great. They use a nice form of cell shading. It looks really good. All the Pokemon look fantastic. If they went with this the same realistic style as the Stadium games or Coliseum, I probably wouldn't like it as much because Pokemon look better as animated creatures with actual dark lines around them and stuff. They look really good in the game. Some can use a little bit of work. The game graphically looks good. It looks appropriate. Maybe it's a little bit dated, but if they were too detailed, if the characters weren't chibi, it wouldn't be very Pokemon. And it'd go back to being too much like Coliseum, and I personally don't care for Coliseum as much as a fan of the series I am. But the problems with the game mostly stem from how lazy X and Y are. They're just lazy games. Black and White to me represent the pinnacle of the Pokemon franchise in terms of like just game construction in general. I mean, maybe some people might not like the idea of starting with a new 150 plus Pokemon that you with no other ones returning until post game or stuff like that. I think it was ingenious because they gave all the Pokemon in that generation were useful. All their base stat totals were high. They were all useful Pokemon that like none of them were just throwaway. All of them had some use to them. Not to mention the actual like pool of Pokemon to choose from was pretty decent. There weren't just a couple Ghost types. There was a good chunk to choose from. There's some Dragon types to choose from. It was pretty colorful. Maybe not enough Fire types for some people, but it's all right.
There's like 6 fire types in the entire franchise.
But yeah.
Feeling like at some point we can make a section of the podcast called Poke John's Poke Power Hour.
A whole hour? You're probably gonna need.
Uh,
you're probably gonna need more than that.
Okay, well.
Well, I'm gonna get through really quick. So Black and White's good. The story is an amazing aspect of it. In fact, Black and White's story, I actually did a paper in one of my writing classes in college about how it relates to the archetypical hero's quest, and it does. I don't like you over there shaking your head at everything I say.
It's what I'm here for, boss.
We're not gonna leave you out of it next time.
No, you won't.
But X and Y, they're just a huge step back. They, the actual, like, integration of the characters, all your rivals. You had 2 rivals in Black and White. You have 4 in X and Y, and they're all poorly utilized. The best of them being your main rival, which is
They all suck.
They all do suck. One of them never fights you. Except 1 or 2 times. The other one does the same. The other one can't beat you ever, and the other one's always disappointed that it can't beat you. And that's the one that's arguably the best one, and that's your male or female counterpart, depending on what gender you choose.
Because he or she never stocks their Pokemon capacity to full. They always have like 3.
Well, they don't need more than 3 because neither do the gym leaders. Every gym leader has 3 Pokemon, except for the first 2.
They only have 2.
Or maybe, I don't know if Karina had
The
3
first 2 have 2.
And people
Yeah.
are so shocked when they don't understand why we get so far.
Well, if you watch Origins, Origins says that they choose how many Pokemon to use based on how many badges you have, and that's fair.
Fine.
But this is in-game. I'm forced to go to this badge first. Doesn't matter where I came from, so,
Yeah.
But that aside, that and Fairy as a new type is... I actually like Fairy as a type. If it was a light type, I'd frickin' hate it. I actually like
type
Fairies.
represent.
Fairies is a cool idea, and it actually is a nice opposite to Dark. I don't think that they should have made them super effective against Dark types.
No.
Honestly, I think Dark and... If anything, Dark and Fairy should be super effective against each other to represent a struggle of, what's generally good and what's generally evil. But they just didn't do a very good job retyping Pokemon. There's just not enough retypes. There's not enough fairies in the decks. You think they'd actually retype a lot more? They actually were very stingy about who got retypes, even if it was appropriate for them to get retyped.
I just didn't like how many surprises were in store for me. Like, when I fought you, I had a Gramble, like, hell, Gramble, I'll just use close combat. Nope, fairy type.
Yeah, that was good. I do love Gramble.
I wish they were more clear-cut about the retypes, just so I could know.
Yeah.
It threw me for a loop.
It's really funny when a normal type goes from being normal to or to all fairy.
To complete fairy.
Because then fighting types only weakness no longer work. But yeah. That aside, Megas, at first I really hated them, and in retrospect, I still don't like them. But sometimes they're okay, but they did stupid things with them. Pokemon like Gengar and Gyarados, Blaziken, they didn't need Mega Evolutions. It makes them way too strong. There was already a power creep in Black and White, but it was nowhere near as bad as Megas when they're having base stat totals that, like, fun fact, Arceus, not Arceus, I don't care what people say, is the god of Pokemon. He created the 2 Pokemon, technically 3 Pokemon, that created the entire Pokemon universe. He is not as strong, base stat total wise, at 720 than Mega Mewtwo.
Ooh.
Either one, I think. I think they're both stronger than him.
Because
Mewtwo had to be the end-all, be-all, best Pokemon in the game.
How about did you say Mega Medicham was pretty ridiculous?
Well, yeah, but that's by her ability, not her actual base stat total.
Oh, okay.
Her ability makes her attack stat above 100. But, above 200, because it's already 100. That aside, though. Megas, not a great idea. Pokemon that needed Megas didn't get Megas. Pokemon that got Megas that didn't really need Megas didn't get good Megas. Case in point, Pokemon like Houndoom and Manectric. Manectric getting an incredibly stupid looking one. I really like how Gardevoir got a Mega, but not Gallade. I actually really like Gallade, but I get to not get a Mega, unfortunately, because they wanted to make everybody's waifu Pokemon even more waifu, because now she has a nice little, wedding dress on, so that's good.
Gallade would have just been more powerful. But the only reason I did that was to segue off Pokemon, because this is not the Power Hour.
Yeah, okay,
That's literally-
well,
All right,
Before we finish with Pokemon, the count is 30 days. No perfect Eevee. I'm gonna kill
I'm
myself.
still struggling with Thick Fat Snorlax.
well, your odds are better than Kirsten's when she's trying to get this is the odds, folks. It's 12.5% chance it'll be a female. It has to be a female Eevee.
Because I will not take a man.
There's only a 60% chance it's going to have the Dream World ability, which is actually pretty good. The hidden ability, 60% is not bad. But it's when you get down to the 1 out of 6 of having the right IV setup. Because we're going for female, hidden ability, perfect IVs, not having attack for a Sylveon.
But good point there, because I'm segueing this off again. Because we're getting right back on and we're going back
Well,
on the train.
Okay,
But
that's it. Most disappointing in terms of what could have been, which is arguably what Bioshock is too. What could have been was Pokemon X and Y.
Yeah, so now, next part, this is free from any, restrictions of game. But your favorite moment from playing a game this year?
Oh, can I go first? Because my moment's perfect. Okay, we were playing Halo 4, and me and Desmond jumped at the same time. We jumped towards each other, thinking I was gonna pass him, and he knocked me and knocked me off of the map. So he was safe. He just kind of fell, but I fell off the side of the map,
Like,
and I'm just like, oh, and he's like, oops.
Like, you think our momentum would just cancel each other out? No, I actually bowled right through it. It
Yeah.
was like, forward, we both moving forward. I kept going forward, she flew completely sideways.
Like, he just completely knocked me off of the map, and I didn't have a jetpack or anything. I had, I think it was something, I don't even remember what my
And
ability
I
was, but it was a
Those armor
jetpack.
abilities you don't use.
I turned to watch, too, and only thing I thought was, that gets on feels weak a lot.
And I just kind of
It
go,
really does.
oh.
What about you, John?
Favorite moment in games?
It's hard, isn't it?
I'm gonna pass. Come back to me. I have to think about it.
What about yours, Robert?
Are we talking about favorite moment that's funny happened or favorite
Now
moment?
this
Funny favorite
doesn't this year that we experienced this year, not necessarily from
it
the game this
doesn't
year.
matter the game. The
Okay,
game
that
you can
makes it a
time
little
as
bit
long as
easier.
It
it
be something emotional, or doesn't? Or was that favorite?
Something that
doesn't
sticks with
Something
you.
stuck with you.
That you enjoyed for one reason or another.
And see, that's probably I gotta keep going through the games that are only 2013 that are they're really good for me. I can at least give a funny one that happened just not too long ago in Dark Souls where. I got the Triton headphones, so I'm trying to use the sound to locate enemies, right?
This is great.
And so I was running along the catacombs, and a skeleton pops down from above, and I'm just I turn around, so you come to fight, and then it dives off the side of the cliff.
It was a very clear dive. It was gonna break into a rolling attack, but since the direction it was facing when it came down, it actually didn't have enough turn to it to actually face you. So it just looked like it was diving, and quite literally diving off into the abyss.
Which one are you thinking of, Desmond?
When you first started up the game, that one.
That was pretty terrible. So I booted up the game, and I was on top of the giant nest where the crow takes you to and from the asylum.
Yeah.
And I was in a Firelink Shrine.
This is good.
And I turned, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go. And I think something was kind of obstructing my view. I fall to my death immediately. So
He started at the game, fell to his death. He wasn't playing for 5 seconds. He was already dead.
You died really easily.
Get good.
immediately.
The game was not on for 5 seconds.
Thanks,
It was great.
Obama.
So I turned it on, and it was I start up the game well, Desmond, I fell to my death. This is done.
It was good. So, my favorite moment, it's from Smash Bros.
It's always Smash Brothers.
Just
Yeah.
my
Every moment of playing Smash Brothers is the best moment of it.
my really, really poor accuracy with the Warp Star.
I love this. I got this.
A little bit of backstory to it. Me and Desmond have a thing where when we're both Ganondorf, we're the disciplinary committee. The Ganondorf Disciplinary Committee. And we just sort of by default team up whenever it's, even though it's all, free for all. We team up when we're both Ganondorf.
But the catch is, they can never successfully work together.
As a team, we are not a good team.
No,
At least against
kill
me.
each other. So there was one moment in time where we got put up against Robert. Best character is Lucario. We had to fight him as Lucario. So and we all picked random. He was Lucario. Me and John both came out Zero Suit Samus. No fucking reason. We both came out that way. So we have to team up against Robert. Warp Star comes down, and he has 2 lives left, low damage. We're like, hang on, John. I got this. I grab the Warp Star, and for some reason, I think that as soon as you grab it, you can control the aiming there, but that's actually not the case.
It's not
at
until
all.
you go off screen that you can
See,
actually...
I always forget it. So I start pulling my control stick as soon as I grab the star. So when I come back down, my thumb has already been on it forever. So I come down off the stage already, and you can see me desperately veer. But I think the best one is when I started on the stage. I don't know what the hell I did, but I turned off and actually ended up under the stage.
That was beautiful. It was amazing. He came down towards the corner of the stage, and technically, the star actually would have made contact with the edge of the stage. But for some reason, it actually very obviously bent around that corner and went straight into oblivion. It was insane. I've never seen the star act like that.
For me, it was kind of just one of those, well then, moments.
Well, alright.
Yeah, yeah, John, I got this. Let me just kill myself so you're by yourself.
Oops. But another good one, I don't even know if it was this year, but it was fucking Robert's D2D Electrode. He just waited there at it, fucking threw it, and then you fucking screamed.
No, oh my, you fucker!
Because I didn't think that was actually going to work.
Because we're all standing back, watching this Electrode about to explode, and then out of nowhere, Robert Azidi just charges up to it, rolls and grabs it, and tosses it at me. And it was a dud for just long enough for him to chuck it at me and take me out. And I still don't like the fact you did that.
I actually also really like the time when I play a lot as Mr. Game & Watch.
Oh
Because
my
I
God.
have-
That was a good one.
I have the best luck with getting 9s on Judgment. And one time I was playing as Game & Watch, and I was walking up behind Desmond, and he said something about, guys, you need to kill Kirsten because she's going to get a 9. And right as he said 9, I hit him with the Judgment, and it was a 9. And you could just hear his voice go, 9!
I think it was actually she gets 9 like a motherfucker!
I don't
Or
remember.
something like that.
Yeah, it was like 9's like a mother.
But the
But
worst
I
thing
don't
about
remember.
that fight is every death was a 9. I didn't
Yeah,
think-
I think every one of your death was a 9.
Every one of mine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you died by the 9 Judgment
And
every
it's
time.
only because I started talking. I was like, guys, watch out, Kristen, and it fucking happened.
You jinxed yourself. Man.
Every time he says I'm gonna get a 9, I get a 9.
But no, it's
I've got
It's
really
really
bad
fun.
luck
Alright, so-
for them.
alright. Games we're excited for next year.
Fable Anniversary. That's
Alright.
the only game that matters.
For 1 and 2.
What? It's just one.
Are they,
It's
like,
the
Just one?
it's the HD re-release of Fable 1.
Good.
Are they just they're just updating the format on it?
They're re-releasing it with HD graphics. Everything's just going to be updated so it looks a lot better. It's going to be lost chapters as far as I understand. And it's going to and that's actually like with John and I guess his stupid Tomb Raider shit. Fable 1 was the very first game I ever played. So that has a special place in my heart. That is the only game I'll ever have nostalgia goggles for. So I am so pumped for this release. I've been waiting for it since it was announced earlier this year. I've just been sitting there. I'm so excited.
I remember when Dark Souls 2 was announced. And I think I instantly laid down on the bed and just
No, you just
laid there. I laid down on your couch.
you curled up on my couch.
Yeah.
And you laid there for a little while.
It was such a surprise.
Yeah, I mean, dude, Dark Souls, the year it came out, is
He curled
just...
up because he creamed himself.
it's just such, it's been so long since I had a game that I just enjoyed so much, that I played so much. I haven't had a game like that in such a long time. And Dark Souls was that game for me. So having the chance to, play sequel to a game I didn't think would ever actually get a legitimate sequel, be it story related or not. It's great. Like, and the best part is March 11th, my birthday, the day it comes out. It doesn't get any better than that. It's like God did this for me.
I don't know. I mean, Pokemon.
I mean,
came out the
at
day
least he
before.
would, but there's no God. Not since one of those Chinamen stole my kidneys.
Not until like the nativity scene replaced Jesus for Trayvon Martin.
Yeah, for real though.
I don't know why you would do that. We're not talking about Trayvon.
This is not that kind of podcast. I'm sorry if that's what you came here for.
Sorry, guys.
Anyway,
We don't want to
You.
get on anyone's bad side.
So my most anticipated is going to be Blaze Blue Chrono Phantasma. Because it's going to have oodles of characters, and by oodles I mean 7 new ones. But it's going to bump its roster up pretty nicely. I'm curious to see where the story's going, because they're moving the setting to Ikaruga, and I got a new fight stick for Crimbus, so I get to actually kind of practice for
one
that.
of them.
It's expensive.
Yeah, I believe it.
So,
But I can't play fighting games with a controller. So.
well, it's better for you to use it to learn and use a fight stick. Anyway.
I mean, I'm shitty at fighting games anyway, but yeah.
But anyway, I'm really excited for Chrono Phantasma.
Is Teltaka gonna be in it?
Of course, it's gonna be in
Of
it.
course, then I'm gonna buy it.
I am excited for Persona 5.
Ooh.
Because I waited all year for an announcement. What I got was a shitty teaser. But nonetheless, it's revealed to be a thing.
When is Persona Q coming out?
I want to say summer, but I'm not sure.
Shadow of the
So
Library.
that's another one that I would be looking forward to if it's actually coming out next year. If not, then we'll
Yeah,
save that for next
It'll
year.
come out next year.
if I'm going to add another game I'm looking forward to, Kingdom Hearts 2.5 Remix. Because, honestly, I really can't wait for the chance to actually enjoy playing Kingdom Hearts 2.
It's true.
Can I add a game for all of us that I know we're excited for?
Oh, yeah.
It depends on what.
No,
game-
it's,
No.
you know what it's going to be.
Smash Bros.
I am not looking forward to that.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
you
That
are!
is not a game I'm looking
Yeah,
forward
you
to. I
are.
hate Smash Bros.
And
I think that-
you really can't
Kirsten,
see Rosalina.
Wii Fit Trainer.
Oh yeah, never mind. Then yes, I am also looking forward to that
You
because
know-
I'm gonna be the sexy pale bitch.
And you almost had a Wii U.
Yeah,
Almost. See,
yeah,
now here's
nice.
the thing. My parents, man.
One time that actually be useful.
So like
One time.
they had been talking up a Wii U, like they wanted it, like they was like, how much is a Wii U? They would try to get us excited for it, but we know there's not shit out for it that we actually want right now, except for one game. And so come Christmas morning, me and Darren are talking about, it's like, we thought you guys would have got a Wii U. Oh yeah, we couldn't find it. It's like, well, where'd you look? Oh, we went out Saturday and there was none at Walmart. I'm like, we had like fucking 16 of them sitting in the back of GameStop. And by the way, I work at GameStop, so does Robert. Where it's like
Seasonal.
It's like we have like 16 of them in the back. But the thing is, and I even talked to Charlie about this. I told Charlie about that. It's like, your parents might go to Walmart out of habit. I'm like, it's a stupid habit. It needs to be broken. Because we literally had 16 that same Saturday they went. They went because I was at work all fucking day.
You know why they're out at Walmart? Because people like your parents go to Walmart to buy their game systems.
You're right. Where there's no,
I don't
there's
even
no,
go to
there's no
Walmart
safety
for, like,
warranty
Walmart
offered
stuff.
at all. It's so risky.
My mom uses Walmart as a grocery store.
Yeah, you can use it as a grocery store. It's a nice grocery store. We used to go there at fucking 2 in the morning all the time.
Got a good selection of food.
Well, those were fun times though.
It's
I've
fun.
never
When
been
was
to
that?
a Walmart.
That was last summer, right?
I think it might have been even longer than that.
It was before she was around.
Where
I was only around a year ago.
where
Okay.
where
But it was before you were around when we did like late night Walmart.
where the slide train, you mean?
Oh, the slide train.
Yeah.
Oh, the slide train.
Don't touch me, motherfucker.
Whoa. Let's calm down on the language.
Oh, actually, another anticipated game is MGS5.
Oh shit, you're right. That comes out.
Well, actually, it's gonna be Ground Zeroes
Yeah.
because their Phantom Pain is taking way too long to put together. So they're selling Ground Zeroes separately for like, I don't know, $30.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that looks really good though.
Oh yeah, it does. I'm excited for those too. Those look really, really awesome. I don't like the fact that people are complaining that Kiefer Sutherland is Snake, but I think he's good though.
Yeah, just they need to get over it. What was the voice actor's name in 4? Was it Richard Doyle?
Richard Doyle.
Yeah, sounds like that. Whatever. I know they're expecting David Hayter, and that'd be nice, but
And see, the thing is, Ground Zeroes, Big Boss is getting old in that game.
Yeah.
And he ended up with a different voice than Snake had anyway.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that he would sound different in that final maturing stage of his life. But I do like the fact that I remember watching an interview and it said it was Kiefer Sutherland's first time doing voice acting, but it was also interesting because his first time doing voice acting, he also had to do like full character capture.
He did his face.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he said he loved it.
Yeah, they actually, and I guess that was one of the reasons why David Hayter didn't come back, because I guess they didn't feel he would capture the necessary subtle emotions that Sutherland would be able to.
Sutherland's movies, TVs,
Right.
that stuff he can do.
Well,
He's
I
on
mean,
TVs.
Movies, TVs.
Like he sells TV.
Either way, though.
know he died 24.
So-
Spoilers, he died.
oh God.
Oh,
Actually, but
You haven't watched it.
either
I
way,
don't watch shows.
I don't know. Either way, I don't have a problem with Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah. Sounds fine to me. I don't care what other people think.
He sounds smoother.
But yeah.
That was so basically that was 2013 wrapped up in a nutshell. Except we didn't talk about our personal lives.
Oop.
Personal lives.
Oops, yeah.
Personal lives suck anyway.
I mean, we have
You
fun though.
suck.
We have fun though.
Yeah.
Remember that one time I showed Courtesy a picture of a gun? That was fun.
Remember that one? Never mind.
What?
Remember the Senpai worms?
That was not necessary.
Yeah, okay, shut up.
Bury that image in the annals of the internet and let it never be found
It
again.
was a great site. But anyways, that was our attempt at a 2013 wrap up. So yeah, we're double save.
You actually found this. I mean,
Yeah, you found this. Oh my
congrats.
god,
Yeah.
good on you.
thank you for listening to the podcast and this squeaky chair.
That's going to be crisp on that mic.
But
It's
anyway,
gonna be beautiful.
I was trying to think of a way to end it right.
Double save.
Double save.
Alright, whatever.
Yeah.
Double save out. Bye.
Peace.
See ya.
Bye.
Last word.
Goodbye.